In the world of reality television, where the spotlight is fleeting and the competition fierce, some contestants fade quickly into the background, their stories lost in the noise of drama and spectacle. But every so often, a few leave a lasting impression, not because they won the grand prize or caused the most controversy, but because of their genuine authenticity and the way they connected with viewers on a deeper level. Kelsey Bateman was one of those rare individuals who managed to stand out not by being the loudest in the room, but by being the most real. Many remember her from VH1's Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, Season 3, which aired in 2009, a time when reality dating shows were at their peak and every contestant was vying for attention. At just 21 years old, Kelsey stepped into a world far removed from her everyday life, filled with cameras, bright lights, and the unpredictable energy of reality TV. She arrived with hope in her heart, searching not just for romance with a rock icon, but for a sense of belonging and adventure. Her time on television may have been brief, but the sincerity she showed and the vulnerability she allowed herself to express resonated deeply with viewers across the country. Today, we remember Kelsey, who passed away at the age of 39. She leaves behind not only memories, but also a community of fans and friends who were touched by her spirit and her story. Her journey is a powerful reminder that reality TV stars are more than just characters on a screen. They are real people, each with their own hopes, dreams, and struggles that often go unseen by the audience. Kelsey's presence was marked by a quiet strength, a vulnerability, and a down-to-earth spirit that stood out in the often chaotic and competitive environment of reality television. She wasn't the loudest or the most aggressive contestant, but her openness, kindness, and willingness to be herself were impossible to ignore, even in a setting designed for drama. Her story is a lesson in empathy, urging us to look beyond the surface and see the real person behind the television persona. Kelsey's journey encourages us to treat others with compassion, both on and off the screen. As we look back, we honor a young woman whose brief light touched many lives. Kelsey Bateman deserves to be remembered not just for her time on television, but for the kindness, authenticity, and warmth she brought to everyone she met. Kelsey Bateman came from Salt Lake City, Utah, a world away from Hollywood's Sunset Strip. At 21, she joined Rock of Love Bus the final season, competing with 22 others for Bret Michaels' affection. Kelsey's gentle demeanor contrasted with the show's bold personalities. She navigated the party scene with a sense of genuine curiosity, not calculation. Her background made her stand out as the everyday fan taking a leap of faith. She survived several eliminations, making it to the final 9, a testament to her resilience. Kelsey's journey was more than a competition. It was a personal test of limits in a world far from home. Her story was compelling because she was real, relatable, and unafraid to be herself. Kelsey Bateman's honesty set her apart in the high-stakes world of reality TV. She admitted when she was struggling, especially with the pressures and the role of alcohol on the show. Her candid confessions gave viewers a rare look at the emotional toll of reality TV. After a difficult night, she famously said, "I ended up laying on a speed bump bawling my eyes out, but I'm here and ready for whatever Bret has to say." Kelsey owned her actions, showing vulnerability and resilience. Her authenticity was a breath of fresh air in a world of carefully crafted images. She made it okay to not be okay, connecting with anyone who's ever felt overwhelmed. In a competition that rewarded bravado, her openness became her greatest strength. Kelsey's journey was less about winning and more about navigating a challenging world with humanity. Kelsey's journey on the show came to an emotional end in the 7th episode, marking one of the most unforgettable moments in the series. Her time in the house had been filled with laughter, wild nights, and the kind of drama that reality TV thrives on. But it was this episode that truly revealed the person behind the party persona. After a night of heavy drinking, Kelsey was discovered sitting alone, tears streaming down her face as she perched on a speed bump outside the house. The cameras captured a raw, unfiltered moment, one that stripped away the glitz and exposed the vulnerability beneath. It was a scene that resonated with viewers, reminding everyone that behind the wild antics, these were real people with real emotions. The next morning, Bret Michaels, then 44 and no stranger to the pressures of fame, gathered the contestants for a serious talk. He addressed Kelsey directly, his tone gentle but firm, making it clear that her well-being was his top priority. The decision to send her home wasn't just about the competition. It was about caring for someone who seemed to be struggling. He told her, "I think tonight the fact that you are needing to be who you are not, the fact you need to drink this much, my decision for you is that I'm going to let your tour end here." His words, though difficult to hear, were delivered with compassion, and the room fell silent as the weight of the moment settled in. Kelsey's exit was anything but quiet. With a mix of defiance and self-reflection, she quipped, "Apparently Bret just can't handle a girl that likes to get drunk and lay on speed bumps." Her words were laced with humor, but there was an undercurrent of pain and realization, a recognition that her actions had consequences and that this chapter was closing for a reason. In her final confessional, Kelsey's tone shifted. She spoke with a hint of hope and a newfound sense of self-awareness. "I'm going to go home and be single. Maybe it's time to focus on myself, to figure out who I am outside of all this chaos." It was a moment of growth, a glimpse of someone ready to take responsibility and move forward. She added with a smile, "The next guy I find definitely won't be 44 and probably not a rock star." It was a light-hearted jab, but also a sign that she was looking ahead, ready to leave the past behind and embrace new possibilities. As she walked away from the set, Kelsey didn't look back. She exited not as a heartbroken contestant, but as someone who had faced a difficult truth and learned from it. Her head was held high, and there was a sense of quiet strength in her stride. In that moment, Kelsey reclaimed her narrative. She showed that even in defeat, there is power in owning your story and choosing how it ends. Her vulnerability became her strength, inspiring others who watched her journey unfold. Her departure was a powerful reminder that reality TV isn't just about outrageous drama or shocking twists. It's about real people facing real challenges, and sometimes finding real growth in the spotlight. Kelsey left with her dignity intact and a new sense of self, ready to write the next chapter of her life on her own terms. Kelsey's story highlights the intense pressure on young people, especially women, in reality TV. At 21, she was thrust into a world of constant scrutiny and competition. The show thrived on drama, but the emotional cost was high. Alcohol was ever present, both as a social lubricant and a coping mechanism. Kelsey's openness about her struggles was rare and brave. Her experience raises questions about the duty of care productions owe their contestants. When the cameras stop, contestants are left to process the aftermath alone. Kelsey's journey reminds us that reality TV is not just entertainment, it's real life, with real consequences. Her story urges us to watch with empathy and think critically about the media we consume. After Rock of Love, Kelsey Bateman made a conscious decision to step away from the glare of fame, choosing the quiet comfort of her home state, Utah, over the endless attention that reality TV can bring. She deliberately turned her back on the spotlight, opting for a life that was more grounded and true to herself. While many reality stars chase the next headline or social media trend, Kelsey took a different path. She didn't seek out more fame or try to maintain a public persona. Instead, she embraced a quieter existence, one that reflected her values and her desire for authenticity. The transition from the fast-paced world of television to the rhythms of everyday life can be challenging, but Kelsey found strength in reclaiming her identity outside the show. She became simply Kelsey Bateman again, not a character or a contestant, but a real person with hopes, dreams, and a life beyond the cameras. Her choice to remain private is especially meaningful in today's world, where sharing every detail online is the norm. The years after the show were hers to cherish, filled with family gatherings, laughter with friends, and moments that belonged only to her and her loved ones. Respecting her privacy means honoring the life she built away from the cameras, a life that was rich in meaning and connection. She was so much more than her brief moment of fame. She was a devoted daughter, a loyal friend, and an active member of her community. In remembering her, we honor not just the person we saw on TV, but the quiet, meaningful life she chose after the tour bus moved on. A life lived with intention, love, and grace. In August 2025, news of Kelsey Bateman's passing shocked the reality TV community and her fans. Her family confirmed her death at 39, calling it unexpected and choosing not to disclose a cause. The announcement was a stark reminder of life's fragility. For many, Kelsey remained frozen in time as the vibrant 21-year-old from TV. The lack of details about her passing is a boundary we must respect. In an age of speculation, it's vital to honor her family's privacy. Kelsey's death is a human tragedy, first and foremost, a loss for those who knew and loved her. As we process the news, let's focus on her humanity and the grief of her loved ones. News of Kelsey's death brought an outpouring of grief and nostalgia from fans online. Social media and fan forums filled with condolences and memories of her time on Rock of Love. People remembered her vulnerability, wit, and relatable struggles. The response was overwhelmingly kind, reflecting the genuine connection she forged with viewers. Former contestants and fans alike mourned her loss, highlighting the unique bond of reality TV alumni. This collective remembrance validated Kelsey's experience and honored her memory. It shifted the focus from TV drama to the real person she was. In remembering Kelsey, the community chose to celebrate her authenticity and mourn her loss with grace. Kelsey Bateman's story is more than a footnote in reality TV history. It's a lasting narrative about fame, youth, and identity. Her vulnerability on screen feels more relevant than ever in today's world of curated personas. Kelsey's experience prompts important questions about the responsibilities of reality TV producers. Her legacy is a call for greater care and empathy for those who share their lives on camera. She wasn't the show's winner, but her story outlasted the competition. Kelsey's journey was about trying, stumbling, and getting back up. Remembering her is an act of empathy, reminding us that every face on screen is a real person with a real story. In honoring Kelsey Bateman, we affirm that everyone's story matters, long after the credits roll.